Trent, we could kind of hear the screaming from the locker room up here. What was the energy like just right after the game in the locker room for you guys?
Like I said, the word of the day is special. If you were in that locker room or if you were on that court for 40 minutes tonight or on the sideline, you would feel that, that intensity, that energy. It was very special out there tonight. Just knowing, like I said, we coming in with a chip on our shoulder. We want to prove to everyone that, how hard we play. And, we're not done yet. And it's just, we just got to come in every day to continue to get better, stay focused. It's nothing new. This is what we do. This is the coaching staff, the coaching staff has created. We have a team of guys that want to come out here and play hard for 40 minutes. And, that's what it is. So like I said, the word of the day is special. That energy was just incredible, the whole night.
And obviously the offense looked good, but it really looked like this game was won on the defensive end, and the separator was just the rebounding. Was that something you guys really focused on in practice, or did that just come from that energy that you just mentioned?
Offense wins games, defense wins championships. That's what it's all about, to come in here, and be able to, to get a win. And No.2 Michigan, it was all about defense. We got a lot of guys that can make plays on offense, but that wasn't our focus. Our focus was kills. And it started out on the defensive end. We had guys, diving on the balls, Jake taking charges, guys getting there, rebounding, helping Kofi up. Just, battling for 40 minutes. We knew it was going to be a dogfight from the start. We just had to take their punches, and keep throwing ours back. So that's what it was all about tonight. It was defense and just getting kills, and just being very physical. And, like I said, it was special how connected we were tonight for 40 minutes.
Thanks, Trent.
Okay, Bret Beherns, Gavin Good, and then Scott Ritchie. Go ahead, Bret.
Trent, your team just accomplished something that's never been done in program history before, winning on the road against the No.2 program. What does that mean to you to be part of that?
I hate to say the word again, but it's special, man. It's incredible. Like I said, if you was on the sideline with us or in the locker room with us, you would feel that energy, the goosebumps and everything, man. It was just so special out there tonight, being able to come in here with, everyone with having laser focus, one goal and one mindset to, to compete for 40 minutes and try to get a W. That's what it was all about tonight. And I have no other, word to say, but it was so special tonight to, to see everyone come together and be connected for 40 minutes and get a W, here.
What does it feel like to be in a heater moment like you were there in the second half, or you feel like you can't miss?
It's nice, having those, type of moments. I knew, coming in here tonight, I had to step up, and, had to, be able to help my teammates, win. And tonight I got hot. Coach always say that, when I get hot, I'm a problem. So, I just went out there with the ultimate confidence, just playing, my being myself, and, just making the right play, make the right read, and just, doing whatever it took tonight, to help my team get the W. And, tonight, I got on the heater, and it was a lot of fun out there tonight, to see a lot of different guys, make plays, make big time plays tonight. Bello, he's been incredible for us. Obviously with Ayo going down, he stepped up a lot, especially freshman, having those type of, guts. He's been incredible for this team, and, he's going to only continue to get better. But, it was fun tonight, man. It was very special.
Thanks.
Okay, Gavin Good, then Scott Ritchie. Go ahead, Gavin.
Trent, Hunter Dickinson came into here having a great season. Seemed like you guys were able to get him in foul trouble, and Kofi did a good job on him defensively, as well as Georgie. What did you see there with that matchup down low?
We got the best big in the country. That's what he does. He puts a lot of pressure on other teams' bigs. And I truly believe that. Kofi's, all around dominant big. He shoots a lot of free throws a game. Like I said, he just puts a lot of pressure on guys. Georgie, unbelievable job tonight, stepping up, on the defensive end, guarding guys, and, Georgie always brings that energy, to help this team win. Whether, it doesn't matter, if he plays 2 minutes or 10 minutes, Georgie's always going to bring that energy, that fire to help this team win. And, I thought, he did, unbelievable job bringing that spark off the bench for, when Kofi, needed a break.
Okay, we'll go Scott Ritchie and then Brendan Quinn and then back up to Jeremy Werner. Go ahead, Scott.
Trent, seemed like you were maybe more aggressive taking the ball to the basket tonight. Was that just something you saw that you could exploit in the Michigan defense, or did you kind of maybe have that in mind as something you wanted to do?
We knew it was going to be a lot of ball screens tonight. We know it's going to be a 2-on-2 type battle game. And I had to take my opportunities. Obviously, coach always says I like making the right play, but tonight, some of the right plays was me, maybe, shooting a layup or shooting a jump shot. And, that's what it was all about, just making the right read tonight. It was a lot of ball screens, being run. But, I got to give credit to my teammates, for, giving me that energy, that confidence, when I have the ball in my hands to make a big play down the stretch. And, that's what it was all about, just a lot of energy. And it was just, fun out there tonight, playing that type of basketball.
You guys had a serious advantage in second chance points. It was a lot of different guys, offensive rebounding. What does that maybe say about the team where, you can maybe dominate that part of the game?
We had on the scouting report, whoever wins the rebounding war was going to win. We know Michigan was the top offense, top rebounding team in our league. So, we had to take on that challenge. Jake and DeMonte stepped up huge. Coleman gave us some huge minutes. Georgie, unbelievable on the glass. Those guys stepped up. Coach, challenged them before the game that it was going to be whoever won the rebounding war was going to win this game. And they gave us a lot of opportunities, second opportunities on offense, for extra possessions. And that was huge for us, down the stretch.
Okay, Brendan Quinn, and then we'll go back to Jeremy Werner. Go ahead, Brendan.
Hey, Trent, you mentioned part of the energy for this game was because of things that have kind of gone down between the two programs here in the past month. I wonder if you can kind of speak to that, what you were trying to prove. Is there a little rivalry kind of budding here, or where'd that stem from?
There's no rivalry. We just, we just come in every day. We have one mindset, and that's to win. We have a goal, and that's, national championship. And that's what it's all about. We just want the same opportunities as everybody else. And that's the tell of the story. There's no rivalry game. We just, wanted to come out tonight and show everyone, that we're the hardest playing team, in the country. And that's what it was all about. Guys stepped up. And like I said, we just got to continue to work and just, finish out the season strong and, be better.
Got you. Thanks, man.
Okay, Jeremy Werner and then Joey Wagner. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Hey, Trent, you mentioned the rebounding, but Livers, Wagner, and Dickinson were 4 of 24 shooting for 15 points. How did you guys do that? How'd you pull that off?
Like I said, before the game, Chin challenged, Ace, DeMonte, Jake, all those guys, that, they wanted to clash the glass. They were going to make, big plays, tough shots. They challenged them tonight, on, guarding our yard. That's what it's all about tonight. Sitting down and one-on-one guarding your yard. So, those guys stepped up for us. Jake and Monte did an unbelievable job guarding those guys, being really physical, and limiting their looks or making it tough. So those guys stepped up tonight, took the challenge, and they were really good for us tonight.
Thanks, Trent.
Joey Wagner and then Matt Stevens. Go ahead, Joey.
Hey, Trent, 2 years ago, you guys scrapped the defense that you ran for your first 2 years and changed it more to the sit down and guard style. Do you remember that first practice that you guys made the switch, and how did you get from that point to doing what you did tonight against this kind of offensive team?
Probably I think it was this year Kofi came in. Obviously with his, how big he is, it would have been really challenging for us to, be up on the line a whole game, wearing him out. But I think this defense, we established this defense better because, with his size and length, we can, it make it tougher for guards to finish around him. He can block a lot of shots, grab rebounds. and just be in the paint, at all times. And that's what it was all about. Just knowing, when he gets the rebound, we can get out and run. But yeah, I mean, this defense, is really, good for us. We get, call up, other guards, just get after it.
Okay, and the last question from Harry Fiegel. Go ahead, Harry.
Trent, you mentioned, playing hard. You said we want to be the team that plays the hardest in the country. And you guys did that really well today, got a lot of second chance points. It really takes a special kind of attitude to be able to attack the glass and to attack the ball and to really fight for all those 50-50 balls. And that seems to be something you guys really love to do as a team and kind of as your identity. Can you talk a little bit about what it means, what it takes for that identity to be formed? And then, you guys obviously love doing the stuff that a lot of other teams hate. Do you think maybe that gives you a little bit of an edge when you're playing a game like that?
I mean, obviously being undersized, we got Monte, Jake playing the 4. Something, other teams don't really do, but that's what it's going to take for us to win, these high level games, extra efforts. We practice every day really, really hard, getting extra possessions, offensive rebounding, just, things like that. So I think, just establishing that, it helps us, play extra harder because, we get to get after it on other guys, take advantage of those things because, we're undersized. So we just got to continue to, to do that and just continue to play hard for 40 minutes and do whatever it takes to win.
I just want to give you one more chance to say something good about your teammates. You mentioned Adam Miller playing lockdown defense, hitting a few big shots. How big was he tonight, and how big has his development been throughout this season?
Our freshmen have been incredible. Like I said, Ace and Bello have been incredible for this team. The past 2 games, obviously with our guy going down, they've stepped up. Coach challenged them. Coach challenged everybody, to step up, do something extra, get extra steal, extra charge, extra rebound, anything. Just, do the extra. And, these guys, stepped up, took the challenge, and they've been great for this team. And they've, there's no doubt, that's why, we're winning these games because, guys are stepping up, and those freshmen, have been incredible for us.
Thanks, Trent.
Okay, thank you, Trent. Congratulations. See you back. Safe trip.
Okay, can't stand by. I'm going to try and move this. There's like a vent right above. It's really, really hard to hear the question. So stand by.
All right.
Coach is ready.
Okay. Again, we'll start with questions from the folks who are in Ann Arbor, then back to to everybody else.
Okay, this worked.
All right, Coach. Congratulations.
Thanks,
We'll go ahead and start with a statement, and then we'll open up for questions.
Well, I'll state the obvious. It was a great road win. Great effort. Very, very proud of our guys, especially on the defensive end. You're talking about a team that has 1 loss on the season. You're talking about a team that in every analytical, statistical category is in the top 3. And we got off to a very slow start offensively, but I thought our defense was really set the tone early. I couldn't be happier with the job Trent Frazier did on Mike Smith. I thought that was a key matchup coming into the game, and then even though the 2 big guys both kind of fought some foul problems, I thought it was a good job by Kofi. Making things very difficult. I thought Georgie Bishanishvili was excellent on the defensive end. He made very few mistakes. And then the job Jacob and DeMonte did on 2 guys who most everybody thinks are pros, and Wagner and Livers was outstanding. So I thought we were disruptive. I thought we played very, very hard. And then on the offensive end, Curbelo came into the game and was so great in the first half. He lived in the paint, and then Trent, in the second half, we saw old Trent, in that second half. So all in all, very pleased, and it's the game that You know, I'm really proud of our grit, our toughness. I thought our toughness was tremendous, and you know, I'm really pleased with the grit our guys showed.
Okay, we'll start with Robert, then Derek Piper, and then Scott Ritchie. Go ahead, Robert.
Coach, I've asked you a lot of context questions this year. You know, put this in context. Obvious question with this one is this, you know, is this the biggest victory of your career? Have you ever been a part of something like this?
Well, I'm not going to put a regular season game in that context. You know, it was a conference game. It was a great game. I'm not trying to downplay it. I'm excited. You know, when Derek tells me it's the first time that, you know, in program history that, you know, Illinois has beaten a top 2 team on the road. Yeah, it's big. It's big. You know, and I don't want to downplay that in any stretch, but, you know, I don't think of those things like that right now. It's, you don't get very long to enjoy it. We got Ohio State, who beat us the first time coming up, and, you know, doggone it, we played great. I enjoyed it. They gave me a great bath in the locker room, and yeah, I'm really pleased. There's a part of me that's extremely pleased with the way we played because of the toughness we showed.
Tell me about Trent. You know, he was here throughout this entire build with you. For him to have some moments like this in the second half, what's that like for you as a head coach?
Such a good player, you know, and he does it at both ends, and you know, and today in shoot around, you know, and we go and shoot around. I mean, we go an hour, and I mean, we're taped, and I mean, it's full on contact, and we go. And I took him out just so I knew because I was going to need him tonight, and he's mad at me. And we were working on guarding them, and you know, that speaks volumes to Trent. And you know, when Trent gets going, you know, it's a pretty lethal backcourt, and I'm really happy for him because he's the ultimate team guy. He's the ultimate Illini, and you know, we saw that tonight with his grit and toughness.
Thanks.
Hey, Derek Piper, then Scott Ritchie. Go ahead, Derek.
The coach, Trent spoke about wanting to make a statement in this game. What do you think that statement said, and did you notice that from your team? It's just kind of their approach and their energy.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a team that's ahead of us. You know, they're the, you know, in all likelihood, you know, and I don't know what they've got left, even with their schedule, but you know, they got one loss. They're number 2 in the country. They're in their building, and what greater opportunity to make a statement about who we are, and you know, and where this team's matured to, and how they've grown. And you know, doggone it, he's a senior, man. He's got a lot of charisma, a lot of character, and you know, and a lot of leadership, and he led him tonight.
Have you seen your team and your time here play that hard for the 40 minutes?
It's up there. It's up there. You know, I mean, it's the execution is what's really pleasing, to play that hard. You know, we made a mistake late, you know, and going under a ball screen and gave up a 3. But the execution to go with that effort, probably that's as good, that's as high as we've been.
Thanks.
Hey, Scott Ritchie, and then Gabby, and then Bret Beherns. Go ahead, Scott.
Yeah, Brad, you mentioned this past Saturday that other than the last 2 minutes, the Wisconsin game was maybe as good as you've seen this team defensively. Now tonight, is there something extra that they've maybe hit these last couple games to be at that level?
Well, you know, and I don't know what that is. Because we haven't really practiced. You know, it's attention to detail. There's been a ton of film work. Maybe that's the key. But I think our success as we move forward is going to be based on what we do on this end, and we have to be that. And you know, we're not going to get make 10 threes every single night and go 10 for 14 and have a beautiful night where we shoot 60%. It's going to be our grit, our toughness, our nastiness, and you know, this team's bringing that right now.
And I saw photos and video Io going through shoot around. What was sort of the process of figuring out if he could go tonight? And then
no, he was. I mean, he's in our protocol. You know, there's various. I don't know. There's about 10 steps to that thing that I don't even know. I don't do anything with that except what the doctors, the trainers tell me. And you know, today was the first day that he's actually done anything that is remotely close to playing in a basketball game, and that was just a brief period of time. So we'll continue to monitor that process and see where it leads us. And everything's symptom based, and we finally got a lot of the swelling out of his face, and so we'll see where it goes as we move forward.
Just to clarify, protocol as in concussion protocol?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, Gabby, followed by Bret Beherns.
That it seemed like the energy on the bench with the guys and the coaches was just a little different tonight. What do you think was attributed to that, and how did that affect your team's play?
Well, I'm going to give it all to our manager, Bobby. We call him the Juice for a reason. And, Bobby's just out of concussion protocol, and he's our energy. He's our juice on the bench. And that's a big part of it, to be honest. Bobby does a great job. But he got knocked out in practice in a drill. So he was concussed and didn't make the Michigan State trip with us. But our guys knew it was a game, knew it was a big game, and that's when everybody stars in their role when they do things like they did tonight.
And then it seems like Curbelo had no hesitation just from the beginning tonight. What can you say about just his growth as a player over these last, honestly, like few games without Io there?
One thing you never have to worry about with Andre Curbelo is there's going to be something happen, and he's always ready. He's got so much FIBA experience. He's played against older guys. He plays with zero fear and so much confidence. And he is charismatic beyond, he's got so much charisma. But yeah, he was ready, and he was in go mode, and he went. He was good.
Okay, Bret Beherns, and then Gavin Good. Go ahead, Bret.
Brad, how do you describe how much confidence your team has right now?
I think it's high. I think we've earned that right to have some confidence. I think anytime that you play as hard as we play, I think in practice as hard as we practice, that just naturally comes with it is confidence and a comfort. And I see that growing every day. And we practice hard, and part of the reason we do that is so that when we get in a game, we know how hard we have to play, and we can gain that confidence. That's how you build it. And is it pretty every night? No, but that doesn't mean we're not confident. And I think this team has got great confidence.
You said you've talked with your team about playing for a 1 seed. How much do you feel like this win tonight propels you to be a 1 seed in the NCAA tournament?
Well, Brett, I'm pretty illiterate when it comes to what's going on in the world of college basketball. I look at our stuff in our league, and but I would be challenged to find a better win in college basketball this year, better road win anyway. In all the analytics, they're up there. So, I think it's got to make a pretty solid statement. A lot of people have us somewhere in that 1 or 2 line anyway. Beating a team that's 2 in the country and up there in almost every analytic is got to be a pretty strong statement. And then to do that without, college basketball's best player, pretty big statement.
Okay, Gavin Good, you're up. And then we have a couple Michigan. Go ahead, Gavin.
Brad, Kofi and Dickinson were really going at it early. It seemed like Kofi gave him a lot of defensive problems. How would you just evaluate the performance, how he got him in foul trouble and all that?
Both those guys are great players. They're not good players. They're great players. And, it's very seldom that Kofi runs into somebody with his size and length at 7'1", and it's very seldom that he runs that Hunter runs into a guy that's 300 pounds. And it was about making it hard for each other. They're both terrific. They're both competitive, and I loved it, man. To me, that was beautiful basketball.
You guys almost were doubling up Michigan on the boards at one point, out-rebounded them by 16, I think. What does that say about this team?
Well, we knew that was going to be a big part of the game, and they're one of the best rebounding teams in our league. And we felt like that, that was a battle that we felt like we had to win the game. And so we spent a great deal of time talking about it. And, I thought Jacob and DeMonte from the wing spots were fabulous. And And then, Curbelo comes in and sneaks in and gets 6 or 7. And, we knew we were going to have our guards help Kofi rebound.
Okay, we'll go Brendan and then Theo, and then we'll go to Doug Bouchon. Go ahead, Brendan.
Hey, Brad. Obviously, with the Big Ten standings kind of being wonky, I wonder just what you're still using motivation of this represents beating the team that is first in the league and things like that, even though it might not shape out evenly in terms of how the standings normally would.
Well, I mean, we try to find motivation for every game, and whether it's a little whatever, it could be whatever. And I think that this team knows that Michigan's I think they're obviously one of the best teams in the country. That's not even close. And Juwan has done an unbelievable job of coaching him, and there's a motivation when you play a team that's ahead of you. And I'm proud of our guys, and tonight happened to be our night, and Juwan will have those guys bounce back and be fighting.
Thank you.
Hey, Theo, and then Doug Bouchon. Go ahead, Theo.
Yeah, Brad, you mentioned this a little bit in your opening statement, but Franz Wagner tonight scored 2 points. That's his career low at Michigan. How did eliminating his impact on the offensive end change the game?
Especially a guy that's been, I think in his last 5 games, he's right about 18 per game, or real close to that. We emphasized that. We didn't want to give him anything, anything easy. He's a terrific player. He's a terrific talent. He gets downhill as well as anybody I've seen in the country at his size. And we just tried to stay in front of him. We tried to make him score through us, not give him opportunities right at the front of the rim because of his length and his athleticism. And I thought DeMonte Williams and Jacob Grandison did a good job of fighting that tonight.
Okay, Doug Bouchon, and then Jeremy Werner. Go ahead, Doug.
Hi, Coach. I know there's been some games this year where you thought the other team was more physical and more of the aggressor. Obviously, not the case today. Can you just talk to what games like the Missouri game and the Michigan State game, what role they kind of played in getting you to the point that you're at now and playing with a little more toughness?
Well, I think one of the things we did a good job of tonight was protecting the front of the rim, and we call them Mozgoffs, where you just jump up and you put both hands up and try not to foul. And it's not necessarily blocking a shot, but it's a wall. And I thought we did a good job of that. That was one of the things, Doug, early in the year we didn't do a very good job of. Obviously, you play the Missouris on the road, you play Baylor, you play those teams. They all help prepare you, for these moments and for postseason. That's why we play a very tough schedule. So our guys don't fear that. But again, I thought it was a collective effort to be physical, to be aggressive and to challenge things at the rim. And I thought we did a nice job of that tonight.
Is there a silver lining a little bit to Iowa being out for a couple games in the fact that it's a motivational factor, plus you get some other guys a chance to play more and develop a little bit more?
I don't know if there's a silver lining in losing the best player in college basketball. I think the one thing that's done is change some roles. Guys got a lot of minutes. Guys got put in some different spots. And again, now it's just sliding Iowa back in, and so we don't have to change a lot of roles. We know we can be good. I gained some confidence in some guys in some different areas. So yeah, if there's a positive, we showed that we've got guys that are really good players and that are willing to compete and step up.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go Jeremy, and then Matt, and then Joey. Go ahead, Jeremy.
Hey, Brett, I hate to ask another defensive question, but it just seems like this was one of the best performances you guys have had. Like, what have you seen click in the last 11 games, or what was, so dialed in today with whether it was Chin's game plan or how the guys were implementing it?
Well, I think one of the things we've been trying to do is, improve our number. We started the year so bad in terms of our DER, defensive efficiency rating. And from day one, we've said you've got to be a top 15 team to have a chance to be a Final Four team. And we've been pushing those numbers up and up and up. And we did a great job at Wisconsin. the last 2 minutes. And I do think it tonight was very solid, very sound. Ken did a great job, and on the defensive side, Jen did an unbelievable job on the offensive side. Helping put game plans together that allowed us to be successful. And but we're growing in that area, and we're becoming more physical, which we were not early. And tonight when we get 50-50 balls and take charges and dive on the floor, those are all things that help drive those numbers as well.
Thanks, Brett.
Okay, Matt Stevens and then Joey Wagner.
Sorry, Brad, I got to ask another defensive question. I mean, 7 3-point attempts from them tonight. I've looked and I can't find anything that low before. What was the key to being able to run them off the 3-point line like you did? Because seven is just an extraordinary low number for them.
Well, it became a 2-on-2 game. It became a game of middle ball screens. And, we wanted to try to negate that. One big part of that, Matt, was keeping them out of transition. I was concerned early because we got sloppy with some turnovers. And that's how they hit 2 threes, in back-to-back possessions. And, that was a big part of it. But again, the way we guard ball screens, we give up a lot of 2s and try to take away 3s. And tonight we did a nice job of that.
Okay, and Joey Wagner would be the last one.
Brad, I guess we'll continue the run on defensive questions here. 2 years ago, when you made this move to kind of revamp your defense, you've talked about doing it for games like this. This kind of performance against a team with those kind of metrics offensively, could you imagine something like this? Is this what the goal was? What was it like back then and looking to now? Well,
the goal was to do more than beat Michigan. I mean, the goal is to win a national championship. I mean, it was executed well tonight, and it's been getting better. And it becomes about not committing mistakes, not making errors, and then you put that with maximum effort. And there's a physicality to it that I love tonight, and a toughness. And man, when we're tough and gritty and flying around, yes, we are a very good defensive team, and that's how I had it pictured. And that's what we've got to bring every single night, is that toughness and that grit.
What was the key in unlocking that tonight and really for the last couple of games here?
Well, I think it's comfort. I think it's growth. I think it's, Trent, everything starts with Trent. Trent's absolutely a monster on the ball. I keep saying it. He's the best defensive player in the country. But he doesn't get enough steals or block enough shots, so people don't want to give him that. But man, I mean, he makes touches hard, he disrupts, and it starts with him. And then now you start looking at Jacob Grandison and DeMonte Williams and those effort plays. And we all know Kofi's a problem at the rim. And so now it's a continued growth, and Adam's been his growth from the, and I go back to the Baylor, his growth from the Baylor game to now is light years. So everybody's getting more comfortable and confident, and we're getting tougher.
Thanks, Brad.
All right. Well, Coach, have a safe trip home, and we'll see you in Champaign. For
Thank
those
you.
traveling, safe travels, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight.